Today we will glimpse at the grieving process through the use of a unique approach. There are considered to be 5 common stages of grief that one goes through. First, we have denial. In this stage, we refuse to believe what has happened. Next is anger, which can manifest itself in many ways. Thirdly is bargaining. This can be with ourselves, or if one requires emotional solace through religious practices. Often we will offer something to try to take away the reality and pain of what has happened. The next stage is depression, which is very likely an outcome for all people that grieve for a loss or change in their current paradigm. This tends to be the most difficult stage of the 5 to deal with. The final stage of grief is acceptance. Acceptance is when one realizes that life has to go on. It usually takes some time to reach this point, but eventually one will arrive at this point. If grief is dealt with effectively, it can initiate insight. However, if it is dealt with unskillfully, complications may arise. One way of effectively dealing with grief is that of the Buddhist practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness means staying aware of mind and body conditions in a present moment. With mindfulness, a bereaved person can more effectively acknowledge the reality of loss and allow the pain of grief to manifest without further complication. If one is encouraged to experience the pain, they'll begin to gain a different perspective about it. The pain is accepted and eventually passes, and likewise the conflict with it and its mental and behavioral counterparts. Grief is a common emotion that human beings experience when they are parted from that which they are attached. If one is to overcome the effects of grief, one must accept the reality of the situation and experience whatever pain may arise. Eventually, insight into their transient and insubstantial nature arises, and one is no longer at conflict with their changing nature.